July 2022. Good morning, Uganda, and thank you for joining us again for this yet wonderful segment, the GMU Agenda. My name is Philomena Masco, and I do have a special guest with me in here who's going to be helping me out for the most part of it in regards to the conversation we're going to be having. Please, I would really love you to meet the gentleman by my side, Mr. Stephen Mokisa. Thank you for joining us this morning.
You're welcome.
I'm very happy to have you here. Now, this great man you're seeing is actually a skin specialist. And when you hear things like skin specialist, definitely there is a lot that comes to mind. You know, at least for one thing that I know we all agree, for everyone out there watching, yourself, myself, you know, Mr. Mukisa over here, is that we all need to look and take care of ourselves, both mentally and physically. And if there is anything that does not shun from revealing how well we're doing, could be inwards, could be outwards, that is the skin. Now, the skin is the largest organ in our bodies, and of course, being that, it definitely demands that we give it the attention it deserves. But with all that said, you know, once in a while, as a human being, we forget to show it the love it deserves, the attention it deserves. And I will tell you that there are certain things, the outcomes, the aftermath of this is quite evident. Well, lucky for you this morning, I do have Mr. Stephen Mokisa, who is here to help us learn all these things, how we are going to go out and about them. You know, what are you doing wrong with your skin? Good morning, and thank you for joining us once again.
Thank you.
Skin is quite one of the hardest topics and one of the most, I don't know whether complicated or maybe because we are laid back when it comes to looking after our skin. But I'm glad that you're here because we are having that conversation about proper dermatologic care. And maybe to just start things off, what do you mean by proper dermatologic care?
First of all, proper dermatologic care. Dermatology, derma actually means skin because the skin is made up of a number of different parts, and then the dermis is one of the parts of the skin that we put a lot of emphasis on. So when they talk about dermatology, it's actually that study of that dermis and all the things that affect that dermis and all the things that affect it and the diseases and the disorders that affect the dermis. So basically, dermatological care, it means that you have to be able to take care of your skin.
Yes.
Whatever problem the skin may have, you're able to take care of it. The skin has so many disorders and diseases that could happen. But I mostly specialize mostly in things to do with problem skin.
Yes.
Yeah, problem skin includes acne and the secondary infections that come with acne, things like the scars, the troughs, the spots, blemishes, things like melasma. Melasma is a disorder that happens to the melanosome cells, especially when the skin is hit by the sun uncontrollably. That's why it's very important for you to wear SPF, to wear sunscreen.
Oh, yes.
Okay, most people think they're black, they can't wear sunscreen, and they don't burn because they're not muzungu.
Yes.
But definitely, most people actually burn from the sun. Even if you're black, you still burn from the sun. So it's very important for you to wear some sunscreen.
Yes.
We also do a number of things like, you know, we're in a very ageless generation. No one is supposed to age.
Yes.
You know?
You're not supposed to look like you're...
Yes, grow old, but you're not supposed to age.
Yes.
So basically, there are a number of things that are in the industry, in the cosmetic, I would call it cosmetic dermatology industry, or, you know, which allow you not to age. Things like collagen replacement therapy, things like, you know, there's so many things that can be done to make sure the skin always looks good and you're not allowed to age. The wrinkles shouldn't be there, the spots, the blemishes, you know?
Yes.
You shouldn't be aging. The technology alone that we have in the industry doesn't allow you to age.
Well, we'll be having quite a lot of conversations, of course. We'll have to talk about that sunscreen, you know, and I mean, the conversations I've had, or I don't know if I should call them the stereotypes I've had from my fellow black people about sunscreen,
Okay.
the SPF, we'll all be talking about it, but also the collagen replacement therapy, which is also very key. We'll be talking about it later on. But you did make mention of acne. Now, this is quite one of the biggest problems that we have. Very many people have faced, you know, I've seen many, we have done quite a lot of things to make sure we get rid of acne, but we don't understand what acne is, you know, what's the best way we can fight it. So maybe let's start from there. What is acne?
To be able to understand acne, acne is something that most people would definitely, it has a street name. Its street name is pimples.
Pimples.
You know?
Oh yes,
Yeah,
pimples.
yeah, you're going to say, you're going to say, oh,
or
pimples.
Mbalabe in
Exactly,
Uganda.
Mbalabe, pimples, you know?
Yes.
What else do they call it? There's another name for it. Anyway, acne has a number of different names. And actually what causes acne is a bacteria called the acne vulgaris bacteria. And that bacteria, it feeds on sebum. It feeds on oil. What you see on your skin,
Yes.
the oil is the sebum, and that's what the acne vulgaris bacteria feeds on. Now, what happens exactly is that the acne vulgaris bacteria feeds on the sebum, and then just the same way you eat and then you go to the toilet, you eat, and so
Yes.
when it eats the sebum, it secretes a toxin. That toxin makes the sebum to rot. Because remember, the acne vulgaris bacteria is a pus-forming bacteria, okay? So when the sebum turns into pus, okay, wherever the pus is, it could be off your skin. If you're unlucky and then the pus is inside the pore, then the pore is going to react with a bump.
Yes.
That bump that you see, and it's going to look like, you know, it's ready to pinch, ready to take away.
Yes.
But it's actually not a very good idea for you to start pinching the acne. You don't pinch acne, you don't scrub the acne area,
Oh.
you don't, most people say, oh, we need to do the extraction.
Yes.
Extraction is not done for acne. Extraction is done for blackheads. And these days in 2022, you don't extract blackheads. There are other ways, scientific ways in which you can get rid of blackheads without actually doing the extraction.
Yes.
Yeah, extraction is very, very old school. You can't do that kind of extraction. Yeah, the reason why you don't do that is mainly because with acne, once the pus that is inside that pore has thousands of bacteria that cause acne. Okay?
Yes.
So whenever you pinch one, you get 2 new ones where you pinched one.
Oh.
You pinch 2, you get 4 new ones where you pinched one. You
So it
pinch
doubles
5,
up.
so it keeps doubling up. That means that it's very easy for you to come from a skin that is completely clear without any acne at all,
Yes.
to a skin full of acne. Why? Because you're spreading the acne by yourself. Okay, every time you try to pinch, you pinch one side of the cheek, and then you start looking for it. So you pinch one side of the cheek, you spread, you have 2 new ones. Then you start looking for more this other side. So what you're doing is you're spreading the acne from one side of the cheek to the next one. And then you start looking for it on the forehead and all those things.
Yes.
And then remember, most people can't keep their hands off their faces. Probably the fact that we got corona helped us
The fact
learn
that
to
we have
keep
to
our
wear
hands.
masks
Exactly.
and then probably wash our hands every now and then.
Yes. It created so many very nice habits for people, whereby people stopped touching their faces that much because you have to wear a mask. You have to, you know, because one of the things that actually spread the acne all over the face is you having to touch. You touch one area of the face, you've touched the door handles, you've touched money, you've touched things,
Yes.
and you're touching your face. So I keep telling my people, please don't touch your face. Please don't pinch. Please don't scrub, you know?
Yes.
Because if you do that, you would have prevented the acne. You know, the acne, it's caused by a staphylococci bacteria. That kind of bacteria doesn't have flagella, doesn't move by itself. You
Yes.
have to move it.
Oh.
You have to move it.
Yes.
So if you pinch, you're
aiding
moving it.
Yes.
You're moving it. So one of the best ways for you to be able to prevent it, don't touch your face, don't pinch. Usually that acne is going to eat the sebum that is in that particular pore. When that sebum is done, it's going to be self-eliminating. It will go by itself. But there are people who get to a point whereby it has gone from being just a few pimples to an infection.
Yes.
When you get to a point whereby you have that kind of infection, now you're infested with bacteria. You know, you have a whole village of bacteria on one cheek, another village on the other, and then it's crazy. So at that point in time, you're going to use more advanced methods of working on the acne. At that point in time, you're not going to use lemon. You're not going to use honey to, you know, those little
brown sugar and
brown
all
sugar
that.
and all that. No, you're not going to do that. Mainly because at that point in time, it's beyond, because it's much deeper into the skin. When it's still on top, you know, the skin, the epidermis has about 5 layers. So it could be much, much deeper than what those other things can do. At that point, that's when you have to come and see me.
Well, now that we've established what acne is and how to prevent it, say now we're in a scenario where you already have it. What would be the ideal way? What is the treatment? Because let me tell you, I have had all kinds of treatment. People have been telling me things, people have been sharing things, and sometimes you have questions. You're wondering, this does not really even sound right. But what would be the ideal format of treatment?
There are lots of treatments for acne, and they're all over everywhere on the internet. You know, you have the benzoyl peroxide, the salicylic acid, the retinol, the clindamycin, the sulfur. There's so many treatments for acne. Just like you could have all the numbers from 0 up to 9, but without the right combination, you can never put airtime in your phone. You can't get money from the ATM. So we have all these treatments at our disposal, but knowledge of how to combine, how to combine what and what to get what is very, very important. Mainly because all acne is not the same. There are about 6 different types of acne. There is acne vulgaris, there is cystic acne, comedogenic acne, micropapular acne. There are many different types of acne, okay? Now, knowledge of what you're treating and what to give it is very, very important, okay? You're going to, that's why at our clinic what we do, is we first do a skin scan. Why do we do a skin scan? We do a skin scan mainly because we don't want to guess anymore. Why? You've been guessing all your life. You've been guessing. Your auntie tells you, use this, it worked for me. You try it, it doesn't work. A friend says, use this, it worked for me. It doesn't work. So you end up with a cosmetic, you end up with a dressing table that looks like a mini cosmetic shop. Mainly full of things that you've used and they haven't worked, okay? So that's why what we do, we first do a skin scan, okay? A skin scan, it costs very little money, about 30,000. You do a skin scan. After a skin scan, we know exactly what we're dealing with. We also have to make a differential diagnosis. We have to know exactly, you know, is it acne or urticaria? Is it just a rash? We have to know, okay? Because when you come to us, you're going to say, I have acne. You name it. You name it. You name it,
but you do not know how deep it has gone. You don't know what type of
It's just like having your car and then you go to the garage and you so assure, you tell your mechanic, this is the problem of my car. And the mechanic, if it could be a very simple problem, but because you've named your problem, the mechanic could say, okay, let's go ahead and treat that. Then he treats a very minor problem. It could be a fuse that blew. So it's important to do that diagnosis, to make sure that you know exactly what you're dealing with and you give it the right kind of treatment.
Okay. Well, we are talking about proper dermatology care, of course, with Mr. Mugisa Stephen here, a problem skin specialist. And we've been talking about acne. Now, there is one question also that has always been popping up by quite a number of people. Now, does acne go for different types of skins, because I've seen oily skins, we've seen people with dry skins, some with both that cuts across, you know, both oily and dry. Does it have a specific type of skin that is really prone to acne, or anybody can actually, you know, get acne?
There's a number of different ways in which you can get acne, first of all. And the specific kind of skin that will get acne is the skin that has what acne wants, what the acne vulgaris bacteria eats.
Yes.
If you have sebum, if you have an oily skin, if your sebaceous glands are hyperactive, they produce too much oil,
Yes.
that means you're a candidate for acne. Okay, that means you have enough for the acne
Top
to
class.
eat. Exactly, you have enough for the acne to eat.
Yes.
And what is going to happen? The moment the bacteria gets a chance to sit on your skin, to get on you're going to get it. That's why I keep telling people, all right, you go for that makeup and all that, but you know, that brush is shared among so many people, okay? It's always good to move with your own brushes so that at least when the makeup artist is going to do your makeup, they're going to use something that you own and you've cleaned up by yourself. But imagine they've worked on someone who's gotten some acne on them. So that acne is going to go back, the bacteria is going to go back into the powder,
Yes.
and then it's going to go from the powder to go to another skin that has enough oil for the acne to feed on. So when it gets to that, it's going to flourish. And before you know it, you have a face full of acne. So
And you're
it's
wondering how
and you're
you
wondering
got
how
it.
you got
Yes.
it. And definitely you got it from sharing a brush. Apart from that, there are other things that are going to trigger off the acne. Sometimes it's the diet. Sometimes it's hormonal imbalances. Hormonal imbalances like when you're getting into your menses,
Yes.
yeah, it causes surges in your hormones, and those surges increase the production of sebum, and then you easily get some acne. And then when you're on birth control pills, okay, when you're doing birth control, it's going to cause hormonal surges as well,
Yes.
and you end up with some acne. Sometimes when you're stressed, some people, when they're extremely stressed, that stress is going to cause hormones to get imbalanced, and they're going to get some acne as well. So basically, there are a number of things that are going to trigger off the acne. So when it's triggered off, the key is to make sure don't get it to over multiply on your
Yes.
skin and then cause a serious infection.
Okay. Well, earlier on, you made mention of collagen replacement therapy. Now, we need to talk about this. First of all, collagen replacement therapy, all this would definitely sound complicated to a layman. So what are we talking about when we make reference to collagen replacement therapy?
When we're doing collagen replacement therapy, basically what we're dealing with is we're finding ways in which to replace collagen. First of all, collagen is the super glue that keeps the skin together, okay? So the skin has fiber, okay? The muscles and all that, but what keeps that together is the collagen. Once your collagen is loose, the wrinkles will come in, you start seeing the lines and all that, the smile lines, you start smiling and the line stays.
Come out.
You frown and the frown stays, you're permanently frowning, mainly because your collagen and elastin cells are very weak. It's like putting on some sock, you know.
Yeah, and with time it loses elasticity.
Yeah, or a hairband. You put on a hairband, and the first time you use it, it's completely tight, very tight. And then probably 2 months down the road, it's very loosened up. That elasticity is part of the collagen. So most people, when that happens to them, you have to find a way in which you bring back that collagen. And one of the things that we have is the microneedling and PRP.
Yes.
Microneedling is PRP, and PRP, RF microneedling and PRP. So it depends on how you combine it. Microneedling is basically using extremely very small needles, okay, to create minor injuries onto the skin. When you create minor injuries onto the skin is induced to repair itself. It's induced to produce collagen. is induced to produce elastin
Yes.
and some protein to repair. So imagine you have a skin that has that is wrinkling, is falling apart. When you do that, it helps the skin to reproduce collagen by itself. Of course, there are other ways in which you can get collagen. You can supplement. Yeah, you can use collagen supplements.
Yes.
They come in powder form, they come in gummies, they come in a number of different forms. You know, it's very important to supplement. Most Ugandans have learned to supplement still because of COVID.
Yes.
Yeah, you found most people learning to take zinc, vitamin C, you know, and then when the COVID went down, most of them stopped. But you're not supposed to stop.
Yes.
You're not supposed to stop. You have to keep supplementing because your diet lacks a number of nutrients. Okay, so going back to collagen, when that collagen is lost, you do the microneedling and then it induces your skin to produce collagen. So after a session of microneedling, you find your skin looks much better. Okay, then you can also use radio frequency. Radio frequency is a method which you use to tighten the skin. Remember, it loosens up. So when you use radio frequency, it helps to tighten the skin. And then there is also a method. Another method is called PRP. PRP, you use platelet-rich plasma. How do you get a platelet-rich plasma? You get some blood from you, and then it's put into a centrifuge, turned around, and then the blood sinks, and then that plasma comes up on top. Now that plasma is rich with your DNA.
Yes.
So you use that DNA back onto the skin and it's used to repair you up.
Oh.
And then the skin goes back to being young. So basically this generation is completely ageless. You cannot age at all.
You're not allowed to
You're
age.
not allowed to age.
All right. Well, that is the collagen replacement therapy. And mind you, I am with Mr. Mukisa Steven here, a problem skin specialist. We are looking at, you know, how to build an effective skincare routine for clear skin, but also proper dermatology care. Now, Mr. Mukisa, there are certain things I am pretty sure that we do unknowingly that could be bringing damage to our skins. And, you know, in an era like this where everybody feels like they're skin specialists, whether they're problem skin specialists, everyone has something to say. But, I mean, from your observation, what are some of the things or, you know, procedures or, you know, skincare health routines that you have seen that people are doing and could be very, you know, dangerous to the skin? Because there are people, we really don't know much about this. We see products on the market, we see routines being used by other people, you know, we pick on that kind of behavior. Yes.
First of all, I would like to talk about something that will make sure you visit me less.
Yes.
Yeah, that will make sure that you keep your skin much healthier and you don't have problems. One of them is people pinching. You know, when you pinch your skin, when you pick, pimples from your skin, you spread them.
Somebody told me in relation to that, somebody told me that you actually have to pick that pimple before it fully matures.
Yeah.
Now I'm seeing how wrong that is.
Mainly because they look at it not from a bacterial point of view and how the bacteria spreads, because you have to know what you're dealing with and how it spreads all over.
Yes.
Okay. When you pinch it, you make it worse. Temporarily, you're going to have some relief, and it's going to look like, oh, I'm much better right now.
Yes.
Okay? But then, you're going to create a problem that's not going to end. Are we going to treat your face for a year? And, you know, we're not going to. We have so many things to do. We want to treat your skin, finish it, go to something else that's next, you know. We go to microneedling, treat it, finish, go to something else. There are lots of things that you have to do to look good. We're not going to treat your acne for a whole year, treating the same thing over and over again because we are reinfecting. As we are treating, we are reinfecting. When are you going to stop? So basically, pinching, pricking, you know, extraction, well, that makes the skin, you know, not recover fully. And then the other thing that will happen is that you're going to have those scars, the troughs, those scars that have, you have a very irregular skin.
Yes.
Okay. Then the other thing that's very important is people need to wear sunscreen. They need to learn how to wear sunscreen. Like we talked about in the beginning. Most people believe, oh, I'm black, I don't need sunscreen, I'm an African.
I have the melanin already, yeah, I'm good to go.
We have the melanin, we thank God for that. But you find some places they have, sometimes the solar index could be very high.
Yes.
If the solar index is high, it means your skin is going to have to produce more melanin to protect you. And when the skin produces more melanin, it means one thing, you're going to darken. Okay?
Yes.
When you darken, it's going to create this hue on your skin that looks very, you're going to lose the glow.
Yes.
Why? Because your melanosome cells are working overtime to protect you. So what you need to do, and then the other thing is that the sun does a lot of damage. Like for instance, the UVA rays of the sun, they cause the wrinkling of the skin, okay? If you wear your sunscreen, it means you won't need the microneedling. Why? The skin hasn't wrinkled at all. Okay, the UVA rays cause the wrinkling of the skin. They cause the dryness of the skin. The UVB rays, they cause the burning of the skin. I don't know whether you've seen women who have skins that have burned.
They have the skin is not the same. The complexion is not the same. I don't know how it even affects that.
The burning process goes like this. First of all, the skin is going to redden. It's going to become red, especially for people who have lighter skins. It's going to become red. Okay.
Yes.
For people who have darker skins, it's going to become darker. So while for people with lighter skins, it's going to look red. People with darker skins is going to become darker. Those are the signs of effect. The signs of burning. Yeah. Okay. After it has burned, then the color is going to come out. It's going to go from red to dark. Then people with darker skins is going to go from dark to more dark. Okay.
Yes.
So all those are signs of burning. And the funny thing is that most people say, I'm in the car, I don't need to wear sunscreen. I'm in the office all the time, I don't need to wear sunscreen. But most people actually confuse sunlight
and sunshine
with sun rays.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The other ones are called ultraviolet burning rays of the sun.
Yes.
They're ultraviolet. They're extremely violet. That means they can penetrate through windows, they can penetrate through car windows, they can bounce off smooth surfaces and get to you and cause damage. So it's important for you to wear sunscreen, whether you're in the car, whether you're in the house, as long as it's daytime.
Yes.
Because you don't know when the sun is going to kiss your skin. You don't know. So you have to wear your sunscreen at all times. As long as it's daytime, wear your sunscreen. You spend less money on me. Most of these treatments are very, very expensive.
Yes.
So when you wear your sunscreen, I advise people to wear sunscreen. And then sunscreens have a number of different types.
Yes.
Because you have sunscreens in spray form, you have in stick form, you have in lotion form. So you have to find a sunscreen that is suitable. Like for instance, some sunscreens, especially if a sunscreen is meant for Caucasian skin,
yes,
it's not going to work well on a black skin. Why? Because the Caucasian skin, the sunscreen on a Caucasian skin is designed in a way to promote, to promote the look of a Caucasian skin, of a white skin, okay? For instance, these days, weather has changed too much. Summer is, summer can come and it's not all sun throughout, yeah? Most of the times, it's 1 week of sunshine, then it's raining, and you're like, what kind of summer is this, okay? So they make sunscreens that have tan boosters in them, okay? So that when you're in the sun, you go for 1 hour, you become as dark as you can in a very, very short period of time, okay? So when you become darker and you're Caucasian, you have a golden brown skin, and you're going to look good for a white person. You're going to look very good. But now imagine a darker skinned person like you and me, wears a sunscreen that has tan boosters in it. You're going to wear sunscreen, well, you're protected, but you're going to look darker.
Yes.
That is one other mistake that most people make. They don't understand what kind of sunscreen to wear. Well, you're going to have great habits of wearing sunscreen, but are you wearing the right kind of sunscreen?
Yes.
That is also very important.
Okay.
So,
Sunscreen, it shouldn't be a myth. Somebody was asking, can also men wear sunscreen?
of course.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not only for the ladies. I realized, by the way, that when it comes to skincare, there are few men who are fully involved in it. They leave it to the women as if they don't have skin. And I'm glad you're a man and you're here and you're advocating for it.
Oh,
So-
but it has changed. It has changed quite a lot.
Yes.
Because I get a lot of men coming to me for a number of skincare routines. And funny enough, my biggest clientele are lawyers by profession.
Yes.
That means, yeah, we should clap for those people.
They've
because
understood
they-
the value of having
Exactly.
very beautiful skin and healthy skin.
Exactly. They
Yes.
understand looks very well. So they always come, they know what to do, they come pick up routines, they know how to look good. Basically, I have a number of men who actually take good care of them, their skins as well.
So to all the men out there who haven't yet, embraced this skincare, you need to. It's just good for everybody. Nobody doesn't want to look good. I mean, healthy skin, when you're glowing, everybody wants to glow, but we all have different circumstances. Now, if I also, just as we are trying to wrap this one up, the jellies that we use every day, could we also say that they probably have an impact on our skins? Maybe they're oily, maybe they're not. Is there an issue with the jellies? Because there are people I know who use jelly Monday to Friday, 365. Yes.
Well, it depends on the kind of jelly that you're using. If you're using, say, a petroleum jelly,
Yes.
and your skin agrees with the petroleum jelly, then why not? Petroleum jellies were currently developed. They were previously developed for babies' bums,
Yes.
to make sure before Pampers came into
Yeah,
being,
the market, yeah.
into the market, they used to use nappies, and nappies, you put some petroleum jelly
And
on the
powder.
bum of a
Yes.
baby so that they don't get that nappy rash. Nappy rash used to come from, the urine and then the heat.
Yes.
In there, the nappies used to be very, very uncomfortable. So that is how a jelly was developed. And it was developed to create a water barrier between the baby's bums and the wet
Yes.
nappies. Okay? So it comes to your skin. Now you're using it on your skin. And it's doing exactly the same kind of thing. It's working like a barrier. What it does, it works like a barrier in a way that it's preventing your skin from losing moisture.
Yes.
Okay, to the atmosphere. The atmosphere picks moisture from you. Yeah, when you're in an office that has AC, the AC still picks moisture from your skin.
Yes.
So most of the times your skin is going to be dry and you won't even know why. But the AC keeps, have you ever wondered why the AC keeps leaking? Like,
Oh, yes, it keeps leaking.
Yeah, where is this water coming from? That water is picked up from the atmosphere.
Yes.
Okay, just to keep you cool, keep you comfortable. But as it keeps water, the moisture from the atmosphere, it still keeps picking up moisture from your skin as well.
Okay.
When it keeps the moisture from your skin will be dry. So right now, people in offices should be asking, now I know why my skin is dry.
It's very dry
Okay.
when you've been exposed to AC for a while. When you come out, you feel the skin actually dehydrated.
Yeah, exactly. So at that point in time, that's when a jelly will come in to work as a moisture barrier to make sure that your skin doesn't lose moisture to the AC.
All right.
The AC in the car too. You still lose moisture to the AC in the car. So basically it's important to wear a jelly. Even if it's not a jelly is a little bit very basic.
Yes.
But you could have a serum, an oil.
Okay.
Yeah, you could use an oil, you could use a serum on top of whatever you're using, on top of a lotion that you're using already.
Yes.
You put an oil on top to make sure you create a barrier on your skin so that your skin doesn't lose moisture easily.
All right. Well, we're coming to the end of this, but before that, I know there are very many people who would really want to locate you. This man here is really spitting quite a lot of wisdom, skin wisdom. So how do we locate you?
Well, if anyone wants some help, I know there are lots of people who have questions.
Very
there are
many.
lots of people who have, they're wondering, they have their, itching questions they want to ask me. Well, when you want to ask me a question, please call my number.
Yes.
These are my office numbers, 0751 346 006 or 0782 346 006. For the, maybe if I spoke very fast, I will repeat 0751 346 006 or 0782 346 006. Our clinic is not far away from your offices here. It's at Impala House. Impala House is right opposite KCCA. Yeah, opposite the main gate of KCCA. And you find a clinic. It's written Steve's Skin Clinic. You're going to be able to get to that clinic. First of all, we are going to do a skin scan to find out exactly what the problem of your skin is. We don't want to guess.
Yes.
And then after that, whatever follows, we come up with a plan. We come up with how you're going to fix your skin. At least, even if you're not going to fix your skin, it's nice to know.
Yes.
It's important for you to know exactly what is it. It's very bad to know that you're suffering from something, but you're not sure. You don't know what is it that I'm suffering from. So it's very important for you to know exactly what the problem is. So you come, we do a skin scan, find out exactly what your skin problem is, find out a remedy that's going to fix it, find out the duration of onset of effect. How long is it going to take you to fix this problem?
Yes.
You shouldn't take a whole year to fix one little problem. So we find out exactly how long it's going to take, and then we fix it. You're happy. We love beautiful people. We love people who are happy with their skins. That's what we do. We are problem skin specialists.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mugisa Stephen, for stopping by and sharing this. I can guarantee you, you'll get the people. They will be coming in. Well, we were talking about, skin care, dermatological care. How well do you know your skin? Well, you've had it from the specialist himself. I mean, look after yourself. Wear sunscreen, ladies and gentlemen. Wear sunscreen, and the right one for you. Not any kind can work for you. That's it from today's GMU agenda. We're having Ruben Pima Chibirango coming with the sports updates. Good morning, and have a great and wonderful Wednesday morning. I am Philomena Masco. Hopefully, I will see you tomorrow.